Well, Broncos country, the expected outcome is now reality. I want to bring in the injury report for the Denver Broncos for their game against the New Orleans Saints. Two players have been officially ruled as out for the game. Pat Surtain with his concussion and Alex Palczewski with his high ankle sprain. With Surtain, this does not come as a surprise because he just wasn't going to have enough time to clear the protocol. The protocol usually takes about 5 days to clear, so if you suffer a concussion on Sunday and you've got a game on Thursday night, you're pretty much automatically ruled out for the game. Hopefully, Surtain will be back for the game against the Carolina Panthers. He'll have plenty of time with 10 days between the two games for him to clear the concussion protocol. Barring any setbacks, I anticipate Surtain will be back against the Carolina Panthers. But the one that does surprise me a little bit is Alex Palczewski. I thought that Palczewski was going to be able to go since he participated in a limited practice Monday and Tuesday. He was listed as DNP in today's estimated participations because they only held a walkthrough today, so they weren't going to have full designations for participation. This is just an estimate. But Alex Palczewski was DNP in that estimate, and he is now out for this game as well. That now means that Mike McGlinchey is in line to make his return at right tackle for the Broncos on Thursday night versus the New Orleans Saints. And if we're being honest, it's starting to seem like that's going to be a downgrade at that position. Alex Palczewski's played so well this year. Mike McGlinchey can be a liability at times in pass protection. He's also prone to pre-snap penalties, so that is something that's going to be rough for the Broncos. I do think that the Broncos' run blocking is going to improve with McGlinchey out there, but still, pass protection and obviously those pre-snap penalties, that's going to be a bit of an issue, I feel like. Baron Browning is also in line to make his return in this game. He's listed as questionable along with McGlinchey, but the Broncos, since this game's on Thursday night, don't have to announce their roster moves ahead of the game until tomorrow. So I anticipate that both McGlinchey and Browning will be activated off of injured reserve. Damari Mathis, they may or may not activate him. They only have 2 spots available on the active roster right now, so I think they're not going to activate Damari Mathis. I'm still thinking long-term he's going to get cut and probably brought back to the practice squad because of the depth the Broncos have at corner right now. Chris Abrams-Drain has been a healthy scratch all season, and Abrams-Drain is well ahead on the depth chart of Damari Mathis. So that's what I think is ultimately going to happen with him. If there is a silver lining for Pat Surtain missing this game against the New Orleans Saints, is that New Orleans is dealing with a bunch of injuries at receiver, including their number 1 receiver, Chris Olave. He has also been ruled out for this game with a concussion. It's the exact same scenario as Pat Surtain. Suffered the concussion on Sunday since the game's on Thursday night. Wasn't going to have enough time to clear the protocol. Also, probably an even bigger injury for me for the New Orleans Saints is Rashid Shaheed, their speed merchant, game-breaking threat both on offense and special teams. He is out for this game and could be out for the season. He's going out to Los Angeles to have surgery on his meniscus, and if it's just a trim, then he's only going to miss a few weeks. But if they need to go in there and do a full meniscus repair, then Rashid Shaheed is going to be out for the season. It's just like the situation with J.J. McCarthy where they didn't know until they actually went in and did the surgery. So there's a chance that Rashid Shaheed could be out for the season for the New Orleans Saints, but he's definitely going to be out on Thursday night against the Denver Broncos. The Saints' top 3 receivers in this game are in line to be Bub Means, Mason Tipton, and Cedric Wilson. That is certainly not a world-beating receiving core. They've also been dealing with some injuries at tight end. Jawan Johnson, their top tight end, is out pretty much for most of the season, I believe. So they've got Foster Moreau as their starting tight end, who's a solid player, don't get me wrong, but still, the Saints just don't have really any offensive weapons outside of Alvin Kamara for this game. I think it's going to be really tough considering they're also starting a rookie quarterback behind a patchwork offensive line for this Saints offense to get much going in this game. I think that the Broncos defense, even without Pat Surtain, is going to match up very well, and quite frankly, this is probably the best possible week that the Denver Broncos could miss Pat Surtain. So he's going to be out this week. Hopefully he'll be back next week. I think the Broncos match up really well defensively against this Saints offense. And again, that's going to be a big factor in this game. We're going to talk about that in the game preview video that we're going to release later today. But again, I think that the Broncos match up very well on that side of the ball. All right, Broncos country, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.